This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Welcome, and thanks so much for joining us here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio's News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It is Thursday, the last day of June, the 30th.
Well, some more homes are on their way to be built here in town. Commissioners voiced concern over the current water resources during the recent agenda item. On June 22nd, the Board of County Commissioners had an item on their agenda to discuss a planned development on Pahrump South Side. The board reviewed the tentative map for residential housing from builder Richmond American Homes, which is planning to build 246 homes on 51 acres on Hafen Ranch Road, north of Gills Way on Heritage Drive. The lot sizes are on average of 5,639 feet. The subdivision boasts 4 unique floor plans ranging in size from 2,078 to 3,030 square feet, both single-story and two-story homes with a garage. This development plan was adopted by the county in 2005 and is part of 5,160 homes developer Kimley Horn calls Mountain Falls South. Current commissioners commented that they do not have the authority to reverse an agreement with the management company Adavin. During the meeting, Nye County Assistant Planning Director Steve Osborne states that this property is part of a development agreement that expires in 2029 unless commissioners at that time extend it.
The development agreement does allow for 5,160 single-family dwelling units. So these 246 homes on this tentative map would be part of that 5,160 homes.
The board voted in the end 4-1. Commissioner Donna Cox was against the approval of this tentative map on the development agreement, stating development concerns over water resources in our Basin 162.
People still scream at me, you know, we shouldn't be doing anything less than an acre. And I said, well, I'll accept a half acre. Well, even at that, we shouldn't be doing that because, you know, all these things were back whenever, and now we have all this water problem. And we shouldn't be forced to do something that may cause us to have to all move out someday because somebody else, because all these people moved in.
Well, the 4th of July is Monday, which means today unofficially starts the holiday weekend. So Fire Chief Scott Lewis is giving us some tips on firework safety.
We are quickly approaching 4th of July weekend. And there have already been a number of instances with illegal use of fireworks within the valley. Things that we want to consider for those that want to remain within the parameters and within the ordinances are safe and sane. And if you think about safe and sane, it's anything that remains on the ground and also does not have an explosion at the end of it. So anything within those parameters are pretty much safe and sane. The boxes are marked safe and sane. It's 1.4 product. It can be purchased at the stores in Pahrump. We're suggesting, obviously, that you don't utilize those other than at the shooter site. That's what it was designed for. It's a safe haven. You can bring people out there to watch, and it's also controlled from the standpoint of making sure there's not going to be any injuries. While you can't prohibit or prevent all injuries, the intent is, again, to have an area where it's safe for everyone to enjoy and not have those risks. So you can use things that leave the ground, but it's still under the guise of 1.4. And so they're a little bit beyond the safe and sane. So there's a lot of good things about the shooter site. And again, to me, it's all about the risks. The community is extremely dry. The temperatures are elevated. In numerous instances, we've been in red flag warnings. Quite frankly, as you know from your reporting, we've had numerous structure fires. The fuel loads, the fire conditions have exacerbated fire events where it's moving rapidly towards other people's property. We've already had several instances where fires have been ignited by use of fireworks, including some brush fires and the loss of a Class A motorhome. So, again, we just want everyone to be safe, follow the rules. It's the best way to go. We just want to make sure everybody is safe, and comes out of the weekend having an enjoyable moment and an enjoyable time. So follow the instructions in the box for the use, and don't let anyone who hasn't been trained, and obviously the children and those who have been imbibing would not be good candidates to be igniting fireworks. There was already a serious injury accident involving fireworks in Reno, where a gentleman lost his hand. It was recorded, and it was available on YouTube to view, and it was just a horrific accident.
Deanna, some breaking news right now. There was a single vehicle rollover on Barney and Golden Star, correct?
Yeah, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are investigating this crash, which also is a rollover, but there's secondary collisions, as you can see in these photos, into a tree and a long fence line here. The driver did flee the scene of this crash, and they are seeking any information as to the whereabouts of this driver. If you have any information, you can contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000.
Yes, it's especially important to be safe out there on the roadways, everyone, especially this holiday weekend. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
Back. If you're planning to set off some fireworks here in town, we have some important details you may need to know before heading out to the launch site. The Pahrump Fireworks launch site is open from July 1st until July 4th daily from 7 p.m. until midnight. The launch site is located off of Highway 160 and Gamebird Road near Gamebird and Fox Avenue. This site can be used for ground fireworks and aerial fireworks. The launch site is equipped with a large parking area and restrooms. There's also a viewing area with bleachers for those who would like to watch the show. Only 2 people per party are allowed onto the launch site. The rest have to watch from the parking lot. You can pull up your car, bring some snacks, and watch the show nightly. Please remember that you must have a fireworks permit to launch fireworks at this site. They are mandatory for every purchase here in the town of Pahrump, whether you use the launch site or not, and they are $5 per purchase. BLM land is closed to all fireworks, and this includes the dry lake bed just south of the town of Pahrump. Aerial fireworks are not allowed anywhere else in the town except for the fireworks launch site. If you are using Safe and Sane at your own property or going to the launch site, please remember to clean up all firework debris. Not only is it a fire hazard, but also is littering in our beautiful desert. For more information on the Pahrump launch site, you can contact the town of Pahrump or your local fireworks store.
Well, good news for area economies. People visiting Death Valley are boosting the surrounding areas with finance. Death Valley's National Park visitors spent $104 million in surrounding Nevada and California communities in 2021. This according to a new National Park Service report. The ripple effects of that direct spending boost helped the local economy by $135 million and supported more than 1,200 jobs. Around 1.1 million people visited the park in 2021, which was about 2/3 the park's pre-COVID visitation of 1.7 million. Similarly, the $104 million in visitor spending back in 2021 was about 2/3 the park's all-time high of $147 million spent back in 2019.
Well, now that school is out for the summer, a lot of parents are probably starting to hear their kids complain that they are bored. Thankfully, pediatrician Dr. Gina Robertson with Cleveland Clinic Children's has some healthy tips to keep them entertained.
Going to the park, going to a playground, swimming. A lot of communities have pools that are open and available during the summer. The zoo is a great option.
Dr. Robinson says it is important for kids to get outside and be active. It is not only great for their health, but it helps with socialization too. Many kids were isolated during the pandemic and spent a lot of time on screens. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, today's children spent an average of 7 hours a day using entertainment media, like television, computers, phones, and other electronic devices. Dr. Robertson says there is always free activities going on during the summer, so parents can be on the lookout on social media. There are also mom groups available with tons of suggestions. She adds that reading is a great option as well.
Reading is always great, and it's nice because you can kind of mix two things in. You can maybe take a walk to the library to get your books and walk back home. So you're getting exercise, you're getting your books at the same time. And I always stress to kids that the nice thing about reading in the summer, one of the nice things, is that you don't have to read an assigned book.
Well, Dr. Robinson says it's important for parents to be good role models and spend time with their kids instead of just sending them out to play on their own. And, we know that there's something going on with Desert Haven. Of course, they stopped today
As
at
of
4 p.m.
Yes. Unfortunately, yes, the county is taking over, and they're taking over tomorrow. They'll be on break the holiday weekend and will resume operating hours on Tuesday, July 5th, starting at 10 a.m.
And that's the new shelter right there on Siri Lane, catty corner to the old shelter right there behind the Nye County Courthouse off Basin Avenue. The county also did a press release. You know, the sheriff's office will be in charge of the Nye County Animal Shelter now, which is a new facility. The animals will be moved over from Desert Haven over there, and they will actually be taking over, well, probably right now because they closed at 4 p.m. And so they wanted to address some of the rumors about euthanasia.
Yes. Will it be a no-kill shelter?
Well, some of the county commissioners have told the public that they are not going to be euthanizing animals. What we are talking about is for overpopulation, not if they're sick or injured. But that Title VI is still in place right now, that they can euthanize for overpopulation. They want people to know that they will not be euthanizing these animals, and they have done a press release. If you would like to see that full press release, you can go to KPVM's Facebook page.
All right,
we'll be back
right back
after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, in today's Medical Minute, Dr. Jacob Steckel from Spring Mountain Medical is talking to us about endurance training.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
My name is Dr. Jacob Steckel, and I'm one of the chiropractors at Spring Mountain Medical. Today, I'd like to talk to you about endurance training, also known as cardio. Endurance training is one of the 4 types of exercise, along with strength, balance, and flexibility. Cardio includes any activities that increase your breathing and heart rate, such as walking, jogging, dancing, swimming, biking, and jumping rope. Endurance activities keeps your heart and lungs healthy and improves your overall fitness, making it easier to carry out everyday activities. Getting the recommended amount of activity can reduce the risk of many diseases, such as diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. The American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes per week, or 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week. If you're just starting out with exercise after being sedentary, don't rush it. It's important to set realistic goals based on your own health and abilities. Start out with 10 to 15 minutes at a time, then gradually build up the overall time. Men and women of all ages can benefit from endurance training, but get a doctor's okay before beginning, especially if you haven't exercised in a while or have any underlying health concerns. If your New Year's resolution includes having a healthier 2021, consider making endurance training a regular part of your week. At Spring Mountain Medical, the chiropractors and medical providers and staff are happy to help. Contact our office at 775-727-8900. I'm Dr. Jacob Steckel, and this has been a Medical Minute.
Thanks so much, Dr. Steckel. Let's go now to our sports report.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Freder with your Sports Report. Today I will be updating you on your favorite preseason and in-season sports teams here in Las Vegas. All this and more in today's Sports Report. The Vegas Golden Knights have added 2 coaches to Bruce Cassidy's staff. They have hired assistant coach John Stevens and director of goaltending coach Sean Burke on Tuesday. The Vegas Golden Knights have also signed defenseman Daniil Mironov to a 2-year contract extension. Mironov appeared in 11 games with Vegas during the 2021-22 season and made his NHL debut on October 24th against the New York Islanders at T-Mobile Arena. He also played in 53 AHL games with the Silver Knights. Bill Foley, the owner of the Vegas Golden Knights, is amazed with the growth of the youth hockey program here in Vegas. Bill Foley said, "I'm really proud of what we have accomplished. From the first day, we wanted to really develop boys and girls hockey. People said hockey would be a long shot in Las Vegas when we brought the team here. But we've been successful. Part of that is the junior hockey program and the fans we have built from it." The NHL season has also come to an end with the Colorado Avalanche winning the Stanley Cup. With preseason games approaching in the next few months, the Vegas Golden Knights are starting training and excited for next season. In just a few weeks, on July 18th, the Las Vegas Raiders will arrive in Henderson for training camp. Each player will practice and play hard to be considered for the 53-man roster for the upcoming season. The Silver Knights have signed goaltender Jordan Paperny to an AHL contract for the 2022-23 season. He has great stats from last season at the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. The Las Vegas Aviators won 4 out of the 6 games against the Albuquerque Isotopes in the 6-game homestand last week. The Aviators also won on Tuesday but lost on Wednesday against Round Rock in Texas. The Las Vegas Aviators' Austin Allen was named the Pacific Coast League Player of the Week from June 20th to the 26th. Allen is a catcher for the Las Vegas Aviators. He joins infielder Sheldon Noose, who was the Player of the Week for June 13th to the 19th. Allen is the 3rd Las Vegas player this season to be named the Player of the Week. The Las Vegas Aces lost by 1 point in Saturday's game against the Washington Mystics. On Monday, the Aces won against the Los Angeles Sparks with a score of 79-73. And on Wednesday's game, the Aces lost to the Seattle Storm with a score of 78-88. The Las Vegas Lights won against the Phoenix Rising last Friday with a score of 3-2. The Las Vegas Lights play again this Saturday, July 2nd, against Detroit City. For KPVM 25 TV Sports, I'm Katie Freder.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Still warm out today.
Yes, but it is going to be a gorgeous 4th of July holiday weekend because we won't quite be so high in the hundreds.
I know, that's what I hear. John's going to tell us about that after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Great to see you on a Thursday night. And we're looking at that weather map and staring at Fernley, saying 93. Is that all you got for us? Well, there's Fallon at 95. Carson City checking in at 88. That's the cool spot in the state today, 88. Oh my, 90 in Tonopah. 92 out there in Goldfield. We saw Beatty with 99 degrees today and 104 in Amargosa. That's the hot spot today. 102 out in Las Vegas and 110 degrees in Death Valley. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 100 degrees. Sounds about perfect. It was 101 just a little bit earlier. Entirely binary temperatures. Look at that. South-southwesterly winds to 17 miles per hour. Felt pretty good with all that heat. Oh my. Sun rose this morning at 5:29 a.m. It's setting this evening. Look for it, 8:05 p.m. It's going to be a gorgeous sunset under clear skies tonight and beautiful star watching as we get down to 77 degrees. And those winds continue to blow at 17 miles per hour for how many more days? Let's hold our breaths and find out. No, wait, let's just let it all out. Look at this next 3 days. It's going to be about 17 mile per hour winds. Sunshine throughout the week. We'll see a cloud here or there, just kind of making the scene and then rapidly leaving. Temperatures pretty much reliably, if you look at it, it's about 100-degree average throughout the week. 101 on Friday. Looks like get down to 94 on Monday, but overall about 100 degrees. So 100 degrees, sunshine, a little bit of wind. That's the paradise of Pahrump. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Thanks, John. See, it'll only only be 94
There you
on
go.
Monday on the 4th.
So the parade, Monday morning, 10 a.m. at the Calvada Eye. I've been finagled into DJing
Thank
that
you.
event.
DJ D Nice, the second.
There you go. I'm DJing at the event, the fun festival event that they're having right after that parade at 10 a.m. in the Calvada Eye. So we're going to do that. And then later on, after we rest, we're going to go over to the fireworks show at 9 p.m. We're going to do some live shots of preparing for that fireworks spectacular, the 50th anniversary, and then stream it. And then Ace Country Radio, go to local BTV to download that app on your phone so you can listen to the accompaniment music that we are going to be playing over there that the O'Briens have put together.
That'll be wonderful.
With their fireworks.
Yes, yes. So have fun with all of your friends and family.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette. And speaking of friends and family, I'd like to say hello and thanks for watching. Uncle Sivo and hi, Aunt Joyce.
Hi, Uncle Annette. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.